Hi folks, just going to do a quick tutorial here on a little workaround of sorts. Let's just take the example of business studies grade 10. I think accounting grade 10 is the same. Have had people express that they don't write two exams, which are split into 150 each. If you look at the task profile in SASAMS, you can see there's two activities split into 150 each. They only write one exam out of 300. You've got one of two choices. You can leave the split, and then in your mark sheet is going to look something like you've got one task out of 25, okay, and that's weighted 25, and you've got two tasks or activities, if you like, out of 150, okay, and it's going to show as 50-50 weighting, but in your formula for the second segment, these two would be combined and weighted as the remaining 75. So you can leave them split, and then let's say a kid gets 167 for those two. Let's just make this a bit bigger. Let's say 167, so you'd give them, say, 83 and 84, right? And bearing in mind that you can't give it 83.5 and 83.5 because it won't take decimals into the columns when the marks are pushed through into SASAMS. It'll take a decimal in the mark sheets in FrontOFFICE if you're copying and pasting these marks across from somewhere else, but they will ultimately be rounded off in SASAMS, and the learner will get 84 and 84. So you can do it that way, and then you'll get your correct mark out of 300 SASAMS, or a fairly neat workaround is to actually go into the tasks, into the activities of the task. Okay, so you click on the task and click edit task, and then click maintain task activities, and then click maintain dates, weights, marks, and change the 1 to 299, and change the other one to a mark out of 1. Now it's very important that they don't stay 50-50, because what you're going to do is you're going to give them 1 out of 1 for the one test, and then whatever they did get minus 1 mark in the other test. So if they got, let's say, 167, you'll give them 166, but you don't want them, where they're getting 1 out of 1 and effectively getting 100%, you don't want that to be weighted 50%. That'll obviously skew the marks. It's very simple. You just click auto calculate weight, and it'll assign the test out of 1 to being 0.33%. So it's basically just adding the extra mark, if you like, and then clicking save. Okay, and then done. And so if you then produce this mark sheet, what you would see is, you would see your first column as normal, you would see a test out of 299 and a test out of 1, okay, and the weighting would be show up as the weighting would show up as the weighting that we showed, so it would show as 99.67 and 0.33. Okay, and essentially you could, and then you adjust the formula accordingly. In other words, where the second component of the formula would have two activities within it, in other words, the 75%, these two columns here, where the one test would be weighted 99.67, and the second test would be weighted 0.33. And then, as I say, you would be giving the learners 1 out of 1 for all of the for the test out of 1, and if they got let's say let's say they got 200 out of 300 in the actual exam, you'll give them 199, and so on. Whatever they get, -1 for that, and it will work out perfectly. That concludes this tutorial.